The role of the military in the fall of autocrats in Bangladesh and other countries. The role of the military in the fall of autocrats is a crucial topic that has a profound impact on political transitions. The military can either support or overthrow a regime, and their loyalty or rebellion is critical to the stability and security of a country. I will discuss the role of the military in the fall of autocrats in Iraq, Romania, Libya, Egypt, Uganda, Pakistan, Burkina Faso, and, finally, in the fall of Sheikh Hasina's regime in 2024. Iraq. In Iraq, the fall of Saddam Hussein occurred in 2003 through a US-led invasion, where the military played a significant role. Saddam's military was crucial in maintaining his regime, but during the invasion, the Iraqi military collapsed quickly. This swift collapse of the military created a power vacuum, which allowed the US forces to oust Saddam. Due to the instability of the military and the absence of a strong military institution, rebuilding Iraq posed challenges in the aftermath. TCG 2004. War, Rivalry, and the Military's Role in Political Transitions. Journal of Politics, 66-3, 869-889. Romania. Romania's 1989 revolution, which led to the fall of Nicolae Ceausescu, demonstrated a significant shift in military loyalty. Initially, Ceausescu used the military to suppress uprisings, but as protests escalated, parts of the military defected. This change in loyalty within the military played a crucial role in Ceausescu's downfall. Eventually, the military arrested Ceausescu and sentenced him to death. Cooperman, at J. 2013. The Rwanda Genocide and the Role of the Military in Regime Change, the University of Chicago Press. Libya. Muammar Gaddafi's regime fell in the 2011 civil war, primarily due to military rebellion. Initially, Gaddafi's military was loyal to him, but as protests intensified, parts of the military joined the rebels. NATO intervention further weakened Gaddafi's military. The division and instability within the military played a supportive role in Gaddafi's downfall. Ottaway M. 2003. The Politics of Military Rule in the Middle East. Carnegie Endowment for International Peace. Uganda. Idi Amin's regime, 1971 to 1979, in Uganda collapsed due to internal divisions within the military. Amin relied heavily on the military, but over time, discontent within the army grew. As the military became unstable and pressure from neighboring Tanzania increased, Amin's regime ended. Tanzania's military played a critical role in ousting Amin, which was essential to the collapse of his military rule. Titeka K. and Deherd T. 2011. Uganda's military, Anatomy of an African Military Power. The University of Chicago Press. Pakistan. In Pakistan, the military has played a significant role in both supporting and overthrowing regimes. In 1999, Pervez Musharraf's coup ousted Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, and his military government remained in power until 2008. The military then played a pivotal role in Pakistan's political landscape. In 2008, Musharraf was forced to resign due to political instability, and the shift in military relationships and loyalties contributed to his downfall. Fair, C. 2014. Fighting to the End, the Pakistan Army's Way of War. Oxford University Press. Egypt. In Egypt, the military played a decisive role in the fall of Mohamed Morsi in 2013. Morsi, Egypt's first democratically elected president, faced widespread protests against his regime. Many viewed his rule as authoritarian and biased towards the Muslim Brotherhood. The military, led by General Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, initially attempted to mediate the crisis, but later intervened directly. On July 3, 2013, following protests and political instability, the military announced Morsi's removal. The military effectively took over the government, suspended the constitution, and announced plans for new elections. Morsi was arrested and later tried. The military's intervention led to Morsi's fall and the restoration of military rule in Egypt. Desmet B. 2015. The Fall of Morsi, Military Intervention in Egypt's Politics. The Journal of Middle Eastern Politics, 32-4, 201 to 217. Burkina Faso. In Burkina Faso, the military played a key role in ousting longtime President Blaise Compaoré. In 2014, as protests erupted against his attempt to extend his 27-year rule, the military intervened. Compaoré was forced to step down and leave the country. Although the military initially took control, public opposition and pro-democracy movements pressured them. The military later agreed to form a civilian transition government. Burkina Faso's case shows how the military can remove an autocrat and then transfer power to a civilian government in response to public dissatisfaction. Ouedraogo, B. 2015. Burkina Faso's military in the political transition, a case study of power shifts. Journal of African Politics, 29-4, 199 to 215. Sheikh Hasina's regime collapse in 2024. In the summer of 2024, widespread protests and public demonstrations against Sheikh Hasina's autocratic rule reached a critical point. Protests began over issues such as corruption, economic decline, and human rights violations. Bangladesh's military, deeply involved in politics historically, found itself caught between public pressure and political party demands. As the protests intensified, the military began to divide. Some factions of the military, dissatisfied with Hasina's rule, began to shift their loyalty. The military, once a crucial pillar of Hasina's regime, now took a stand against her. On August 5, 2024, under immense pressure from violence and public demands, the Bangladesh military took a decisive action. Senior military officials, along with the rebellious factions, declared a state of emergency and arrested Hasina. The military took control of the country's major governmental institutions, leading to the collapse of Hasina's regime. The shift in military loyalty played a crucial role in Hasina's downfall. However, as the political crisis deepened, Hasina, fearing for her life and the safety of her family, was secretly evacuated from Bangladesh. Some loyal military factions assisted her in escaping the country. It became clear that the military did not wish to restore Hasina to power. Hasina, having been forced out of the country, would likely be blamed for attempting to flee Bangladesh, despite her repeated statements that she did not wish to leave. At this point, BNP, Bangladesh Nationalist Party, may be the only appropriate political path for General Wakar, the army chief, to retire. Wakar had previously called for the political parties to unite, which paved the way for Professor Yunus to gain power. If he retires while keeping Professor Yunus in power, the public will see him as the architect or accomplice in placing Yunus in power. Since 1971, no military force in Bangladesh has gone against U.S. foreign policy. The U.S.-China policy of Sohrawardi was followed by all military powers in Pakistan and Bangladesh. The current Yunus government, which is US-aligned, has been evident in decisions about the Arakan and Rohingya issues, as well as the Chittagong port. In this context, I believe it is unlikely that India will intervene with intelligence or military action in Bangladesh. India has not worsened relations with Russia despite US pressure over the Ukraine-Russia war. Even during the India-Pakistan military conflict in April-May 2025, US President Donald Trump, known as Modi's friend, did not side with India as many Indians had hoped America would. Instead, Trump visited countries that had military agreements with Pakistan in the Middle East during the India-Pakistan conflict. The BNP has already proven that during Ziaur Rahman's reign, they were major supporters of implementing US foreign policy, which will likely help the BNP ascend to power. In this regard, I believe the revival of the Awami League under Sheikh Hasina's leadership is impossible. Instead, grassroots Awami League members, under new leadership, or the NCP, will shift away from the party's Islamist and 1971-based stance and gradually absorb many untainted Awami League members into their ranks, positioning themselves as democratic allies of the BNP. They may slowly pressure Yunus for elections. Riaz A. 2016, Political Islam and Governance in Bangladesh, a study of the Bangladesh National Party and the Awami League. Cambridge University Press, Hossein S. 2020. Bangladesh's Political Economy and the Role of Military. Journal of South Asian Studies, 43-2, 312 to 332.